Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS hitter picks for Thursday, June 15th, 2017. Nice slate of baseball tonight, just 7 games, and we will be headed toward a large slate on Friday. We've got some good opportunities for hitters. I'm going to throw out a couple of guys that really have my eye tonight. First off, let's go with Whit Merrifield, 7,200. Fantasy draft, 3,300 FanDuel, 3,600 on DraftKings. Love picking on Ricky Nolasco. Really irritating when he's taking on someone like the Royals because I just don't like to play them. There's very little pop to what they do. But 2 guys here especially would be Merrifield and Jorge Bonifacio. They could benefit from Nolasco's 40.8% fly ball rate and 41.4% hard contact. My gut reaction is someone goes deep here. I like those guys. You can't rule out a guy like Mike Moustakas either. Salvador Perez now back in the mix. Could be worth a tournament look as well. Royals batch just not very highly owned more often than not. And tonight will probably be a little bit different because there's just such few games. But I still like Merrifield. I'll go with him. No problems there. Moving on from there, let's go with Charlie Blackmon. 10-8 on fantasy draft, 5,100 FanDuel, 5,500 DraftKings. So it's easy for me to say that Charlie Blackmon has been the biggest letdown for me over the past few nights. He's been in this article 2 nights in a row, had him in a cash game lineup that of course I play in tournaments. Always do that. Why would you not? I don't get it. Just do it. Because you're going to regret when your cash game goes off. Like in baseball more than any other sport, it makes sense to play your cash game lineup in tournaments. Anyway, Blackmon took a cash game lineup that I had the San Diego Padres stacked up around Faria and Tyler Chatwood that just ended up going bonkers. And he kept that from being like big money bonkers. But now he's back at home in Coors. Maybe I do have some concern that you're looking at cross-country travel here on like very short notice. This is tough for hitters. But Matt Moore, not a good pitcher, period. And going to Coors is not going to help him out, I don't think. I'm completely different on him than Hoffman. He's allowing against lefties a 482 WOBA, 43.3% fly ball rate, 50% hard contact. Just to put this into perspective, you should probably be better against the handedness that you throw than he is. And I understand lefties versus lefties is going to be a small sample size, but Lord have mercy, these numbers for the middle of June where we've played baseball for 2 months now are just ridiculous. This is a situation where people don't like to play lefty on lefty because whatever, they've got their own superstitions and things like that. But this guy's just been awful. If there's any point for Blackmon to get on track, this is it. Coors just hasn't been carrying the same ownership level that we've seen in years past. So you're probably going to get him, of all people, at a discount. I would have to assume that the ownership here goes to Desmond, Arenado, Story, LeMahieu, Reynolds, everybody but Blackmon. And there's a chance at this point that with his little bit of an off nights here, last 2 nights, he could get a break. I don't see it happening. Love the play, especially because the guy I love most, and I hate when this happens because I write these articles as baseball is starting the night before. So I'm looking at Nick Pivetta. I'm looking at a 428 WOBA, 37.7% fly ball rate, 38.9% hard contact. And I'm just saying, Lord have mercy, this guy is going to get lit up by Mookie Betts tomorrow. And then Mookie Betts hits 2 home runs, and now I'm like, great. I'm extremely phobic about these guys having these monster games back to back, but he's just white hot right now. And I don't really see a reason to pivot off of him just because he's in a position where, he's been hitting the ball well. I think this is a great position to go back to the well. He's an auto play in your FanDuel cash games at 3,700. I don't know how that happens. It is not often you're going to see a $1,500 price discrepancy between the 2 major sites, but I mean, it's just that simple. You play Mookie Betts in your cash games and you move on. Once again, our 3 favorite tournament bats: Whit Merrifield, Charlie Blackmon, Mookie Betts. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to ResearchFantasy.com, see what we've got going on there. Follow us on Facebook at Research Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.